Well, my cat was just here, but he ran off, so he might not be in the video today. We'll see if he comes back. Today I'm going to show you my Yoritomo Alliance deck. I'm fairly certain this is what the Mantis Clan was. And speaking of the Mantis Clan, I do have a Mantis Clan starter deck from the Diamond Edition. I have like four starter decks from this edition: Dragon, Phoenix, I forget which ones. But I noticed that in here, I went through it and looked at it, that every personality in this deck is Mantis. Most starter decks have like quite a few personalities from other clans in them. It's not all one clan, but this one is. So is this something that happened in Diamond? Did they decide to make the starter decks 100% of the clan? No personalities from other clans? That seems a little odd. I could see like maybe making less personalities from other clans, but none? That seemed a little odd to me. Or maybe that was better. Maybe that's what people wanted. But anyway, I'm keeping this deck as is. I looked through it. I liked some of the cards. I don't like the generic borders, but I do use generic borders in some of these decks that I built. But I really just, I still don't understand why they changed. Did Wizards of the Coast do that? Are they the ones who changed from the great looking borders to the really bad generic borders? Was that a Wizards of the Coast thing? If anyone could like enlighten me to why that changed. I know why the rings changed. I know why it went to this. Because Wide World of Sports said you can't use that. And it's like, it's so ridiculous. It's a completely different symbol. And they said 5 interlocking rings, like they own the rights to 5 interlocking rings. I couldn't believe, but they caved, and I guess they had no choice but to cave. I don't know the full story on it, but I know that they were sued, and they didn't want to take the time. They just changed it to what I call Legend of the Five Coins. That's basically what I call their new setup. So, but this is this is cool. They got 2 different houses, so you can pick which one you want to use. It's no big deal. But I like the starter decks, and if you've watched any of my Wyvern videos, I recommend people doubling up on starter decks. If I plan on at some point, maybe I'll do this. I'll buy another Mantis Clan starter deck along with all my other starter decks, and then build a better deck. Just from the 2 starter decks, you can build a really good deck that way. And that's a really affordable way to play these games without having to get into a lot of debt, which I certainly can't afford. But the Yoritomo Alliance is a very interesting ability here. And I like I said, this is the only deck I built. I don't have Big Bad Yoritomo in here. I wish I did, even though he's expensive as can be. But I would still like to buy it. I might buy it on eBay at some time. I've seen it, but I think it's going for too much money. But I don't really remember playing this deck much. I know I must have played it at least a couple times. But anyway, the ability is interesting. Reaction. When you bow your stronghold, and we start with a 2 honor, so we do not have much honor to go with here, and this is going to be connected to that ability. But everything else is good. 6 and 4 is all good. You may lose family honor to increase the gold it's producing. That's awesome. On a 1-for-1 basis. You cannot alter or redirect this honor loss. That makes sense. You cannot use this ability if it would reduce your family honor below 0. Ouch. So I only have 2 to work with. And once I get down to 0, I can't use this ability. But, if you can pay full price for some personalities, maybe you can get the honor back so that you can keep using it. But initially, I've got 6 gold on turn 1. So that's got to be a big advantage, I would think. I don't remember playing with these abilities. But anyway, I'm just going to go through the deck and show you what I put in the deck. I have like no other Yoritomo cards extra. I think I have 1 extra card. Actually, I can show it to you. All right. I also have this other house. It's cardboard that I cut out. I like the 8, 5, and 3 isn't any good, but that's 8 and 5. Sheesh. Stronghold counts as a port, but is not affected by cards that affect ports. Okay, so not much of an ability. And the only other personality I have in my loose collection are 2 copies of this guy, Masasu. So, he's a 3 force, 3 chi for 2 gold. Holy cow. But To bring him into play, you must discard 3 fate cards. Ouch. Ouch. I mean, yeah, get him in on turn 1. That's really good. But should I put him in the deck? Is he worth it? I don't think he is. But if he is, tell me. Tell me if you'd put him in. Let me show you what is in this deck. Again, I don't think this is a very good deck. I would love any feedback you want to give me. Positive, negative. Yeah, that deck's not good, or that deck's not bad. Any suggestions. I may never do much with this deck. Who knows? I was not, like I said, I wasn't a Mantis Clan player. One of our friends chose Mantis. When we first saw this game at Gen Con, we all picked what clan we would play. And we were like, we're not gonna branch out and build decks for all the other clans. And here I am with decks with all the other clans. It eventually just happened. So here's Hyobi, a 2/2 for 8. That's yuck. But Tortoise Clan Sailor. How fun. So I am assuming, I don't know if he's, oh no, yeah, Yoritomo Alliance. He does say Yoritomo Alliance. I'm not even paying attention. Hyobi does not bow. Let me get this closer so I can read it. When returning home from battle as an attacker in the resolution phase. Okay, that's fine. Still not worth 8 though. Reaction, bow 1 or more of your ports when your army is returning home from a battle as an attacker or ally. You may keep straightened a number of returning units equal to the number of ports you bow. Okay, I mean potentially, but an 8/8, a 2/2 for 8 is I just don't think he's worth it, and I don't think I should have him in the deck. But let me know if I'm wrong about that. So here is Kita, a 3/1 for 5. I'm glad there's no honor requirements for these guys. Yeah, negative. Tortoise Clan Chui, Sailor, Naval, Samurai. While you control a port, he gets +1 chi. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. But okay, it's something. Kemai? Is it Kemai or is it Kemi? Whatever. 7 for a 0/1. So obviously this is all based on an ability. He's an advisor. While the advisor is in play, your maximum hand size increases by 3. Sure. Okay. But not a great card. I don't think it's a great card. Maybe that extra hand, maybe the increase of hand size makes it a really good card in the later game. I'm just going to guess. So here's Kitsune Dairo, a 3/4 for 6. When entering play, he gets either the Samurai or Shigenja trait. I guess that's relevant. I can see how it might be relevant. I like the wolf. Don't care for him. He looks kind of odd. It's a strange art to me. And then here's Kitsune Shudo. But just see, look at the difference. I just don't know how anyone can look at this and say, I like this one better. How? How can you prefer this over this? It's just, the only thing you can make a case for is this. This looks cool. Whoops, I'm got that stupid light from my phone. I have to keep tipping it. But I still prefer this. Even though they all look the same. It's not hard. It's the required honor, gold cost, and their personal honor. That's not hard to remember. I haven't played this game in years, and I still remember what they stand for. So I just don't get it. I like this. This is nice, and these are fine. But this is yuck, and this is yuck. Look at the border. Look at the border of this card. Look at the dragons that go around the card. The fact that they took the time to do that, where this is just generic. I don't get it. And did Wizards of the Coast change the border of this card? I know who changed the 5 rings to what I call the 5 coins. I know who did that. I know why that happened with the Wide World of Sports suing them and everything. But did Wizards of the Coast decide to go with a generic border? Is that who did it? I don't know. So if anyone could enlighten me as to why that change happened, and did that actually hurt the game? Did people start losing interest because of the generic border, or no? I really don't know. I wasn't as interested. I still played the game at home with my friends. We played. We still had a lot of fun. All right, back to the deck. Moshi Wakiza. Let me know if I say anything wrong. It's no big deal, but So a 1-3 for 6, this is a Shigenja, and she can bow to produce a ranged 4 attack. That's great. A little expensive, but I can bring her in for 4. So, it's I can bring her in on turn 1. And I got a range 4 attack. 3 copies. Really, really good card as far as I'm concerned. And then here's her experienced version. She decided to put some makeup on. And she's a 2-4 now. And what is it? Battle bow to produce a range 2 attack that can target a personality with attached followers. This attack cannot be combined with other ranged attacks, but its strength may be increased. So that's potentially really good. I forgot that you can't hit a personality who has attached followers. You have to take out their followers first. So that's actually, I think, a very good ability. Then this is a perfectly good guy. He's a 5 cost for a 0-2, which is, nothing. Wasp Clan Skirmisher. Bow to produce a range 3 attack, then remove this unit from the battle and return it to your fief. So yeah, turn 1 play, got another range attack guy out, so 2 copies of him. And here's his experienced version. So he goes from a 0-2 to a 0-3. He goes up just 1 gold. Now I can bow to produce a ranged 3 attack. This ranged attack may be immediately combined with the ranged attack from another unit in this army. Mokami's unit is removed from this battle and returned to your fief. Yeah, just like before, so that doesn't change. So that's cool. And then we have this very inexpensive one, Ryosei, Fox Clan Shigenja, so 4 gold for a 1-3. Perfectly fine. And I think there's 3 copies. Yeah, 3 copies of her. And again, though, the personal honor is just 1, so that's oh, look at that. We have a little bit of a misprint here with the gold cost and the and her personal honor. Interesting. Is that worth money because of it? Who knows? Does it matter? Not really. I'm sure it's worth a little something maybe. All right, Saruchi. I'm going to say Saruchi. I think that's right. A 2-3 for 7. Always liked this guy. I remember seeing him right from the early on in the game. Wasp Clan Samurai. Master Bowman. All followers who can produce a ranged attack have the ranged attack strength increased by 1 while attached to Saruchi. All followers without a ranged attack that are attached to Saruchi gain the ability bow for a ranged 1 attack. And he can bow for a ranged 4 attack. So that's an awesome ability. I mean, yeah, he costs 7, but I think that's correct. I think that's what he should cost. So that's all that's in here. Maybe I should add this just to get 2 more personalities in here. I don't know. Is that enough? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You tell me. All right, we've got 1 builders just because I kind of like builders. I don't know if I should use builders or not. I don't know if that's a good move or not. 1 Bushi Dojo because there's decent amount of followers in here, though mostly the Fate deck is red cards, which you'll see soon. Shipping lanes is neat. 4 gold for a port. Reaction once per turn immediately before you bow another holding to produce gold. Bow shipping lanes to double the holding's gold production until the turn ends. So I like this card. It's expensive, but I like it. And we have an Island Wharf. Bow to produce 1 gold. This card is considered a port. If controlled by Yoritomo player, it produces 2 gold. So, of course, we have 3 copies of the Island Wharf. And again, look at the difference in the look of the card. I just think it's night and day. Plain and obvious. Shipyard. Bow the shipyard to produce 1 gold. Not very good. Bow the shipyard to produce 4 gold when bringing a Kaboon, or is that Kabuni? I'm not sure. Naval, port, or sailor card into play. Love that. Great card. Wish I had the original. I assume there is an original without the generic border. I don't know for sure. I, for whatever reason, went with 3 Gambling House. And I don't think I have the Ring of Void in here, which I definitely should put the Ring of Void in here, especially if you're running Gambling House. I mean, it's going to feed the Ring of the Void for sure. Small farms, large farms, once again. Unfortunately, the generic border for the large farm. And then I'm running 1 Crossroad. Any holding in this province has its gold cost reduced by 3. So, sure, I'm running a pretty good amount, like 15 holdings in this deck, I think. Something like that. 1 Unexpected Allies. perfectly fine card. Again, maybe that's not a good card for this deck. And then I'm like this card, Kolat Couriers. Gain the Imperial Favor. Lose 4 honor. A loss you cannot prevent using the Imperial Favor. Now, I'm confused by that statement. Why in the world would I use the favor to negate the honor loss that I just got by getting the favor? So I'm going to get the favor, and then I'm going to use the favor to avoid the honor loss? Then why did I get the favor? So I don't understand why anybody would do that. Like, you cannot prevent this with the favor. Why would I? I don't understand the wording. I like the fact that I can just get the favor and it costs me 4 honor, but I've got the favor. I think that's a really cool card. So that's my knowledge. You can feel free to educate me on. Oh, I didn't count everybody, did I? I had more cards. Never mind. Okay, there's 19 personalities in this deck. I was like, wait a second. What did I do? How did I forget those other guys? So there's 19 in the deck, so that's fine. All right, 3 Cricket, because it's a Yoritomo Alliance item. It's free for Yoritomo Alliance. While the Cricket is unbowed, this personality may not be the target of thief, bandit, or kidnapper cards. Okay. All gambling houses in play produce 1 more gold. That's why it's in here. Just for those stats. Now I know why the gambling house is here. I completely forgot about what this card does. All right, decent amount of followers in here. We have the Ashigaru Spearman. I loaded up pretty somewhat on ranged attacks. Felt that would be the theme for this deck. 2 gold for a 1 force follower. During your next end phase, after you bring this card into play, you can draw an additional card and bow for a ranged 1 attack. Seems perfectly good. Actually, it seems really good. Not sure why. Well, let's see. I'm not sure why this one's in here. The Imperial Legion, 4 gold for 2 force follower. Bow this follower to bow any opposing follower or personality without attached followers. You may only target a card who has less force than 3 times this card's force. Yeah, that's a good follower. I don't know why I put it in this deck particularly, but it's good. Sailors, I think, belong in Yoritomo's Alliance. 3 gold for a 2 force. Open, bow the sailors to bow any port, geisha house, or sake works in play. Or as an open, you can bow the sailors to increase the gold production of any 1 port, geisha house, or sake works by 2 until the end of the turn. So, cool follower. I like the ability. 3 copies. 1 scout, because of what scouts do, and 1 scouting team because of what scouting teams do. So that's why they're in here, and I'll hold that up there a little longer for those wondering what they do. Just for those who are trying to, maybe I should have read it, right? Well, I've been through those cards multiple times, and I keep forgetting it's like every video is different. All right, Spearman, 3 gold for a 2 force follower, bow for a range 2 attack. Excellent. Excellent. You're giving up 2 force, but you're taking something out. You're killing something. Because when you bow, you don't add your force anymore. You're giving that up. But it's totally worth it. So 3 Spearmen. All right, the rest are all red cards. Bountiful Harvest. Not sure if I should put this in this deck, but all gold-producing holdings produce 1 additional gold until the end of this turn. I guess I did this because of what the house ability is. So I'm like, let's see if we can really go crazy with our gold. Possibly this will be good. But now I really want the Yoritomo champion in this deck. There is one in this Mantis deck. There's a... Here, I'll show it to you. So this is the one that's in that deck. Yoritomo Kumiko, Daughter of Storms, Samurai Double Chi Naval Experienced. So she's a 6'5" with double chi. So yeah, she's nasty. Weapons, the typical Yoritomo stuff. Weapons get abilities. You get bonuses. Things involving naval. I really liked the Mantis clan. I like the whole concept of it. You're dealing with sailors and I guess, I don't know, pirates? Are pirates in here? I don't even know. Shows you how much I know about this game. Anyway, back to the Fate deck. We've got Confusion at Court, 3 of them. So why not? You really can't go wrong if you're not an honor deck to have 3 Confusion at Court in your deck. 1 counterattack. Not sure exactly why. I think just because I want some military might in this deck. I think just 1 deadly ground is in here. So that's a cool terrain. It just, when it's in play, no actions may be played or initiated for this battle. And it takes effect immediately, where terrains normally don't take effect until the resolution. Feign Death. Not sure exactly why this is in here. Play immediately after a bowed or unbowed personality you control is destroyed. Return this personality to play dishonored, lose 2 honor. Not sure why I put it in, but I did. And don't know if that's a good idea or not. You tell me. Final Charge. Reaction. Play in a battle when a samurai is destroyed. All of that samurai's followers remain in the battle as if they were still attached to a personality. These followers are destroyed after the battle. Okay. It's cool. This is an amazing card. I remember when we first encountered this card at Gen Con, we had not seen this card. And boy, this thing is just, it's like, oh, great, a counter spell for L5R. Great. We did not like it. But I played it after that. Kyo Reaction. Bow a Shigenja or Monk when another player is targeting one of your personalities with a battle action or an open action during battle. The action is canceled and all effects are negated. And oh, that just wrecked us when we would do that and they'd go, I'll just cancel that. I'm like, oh, great. So that's a very frustrating card to play against. So of course I put 3 in the deck. Forced March. 6 gold costs, so hard to do. Battle, straighten if necessary, and move into this battle one of your units that has already engaged in a battle this turn in another province. Forced March bows this unit after the resolution phase of this battle. This unit may not straighten in your next straighten phase. So you really gotta, it's really gotta be worth it to do it because it's a big cost to pay. But I think it's properly costed, and I think it's a very well-designed card. Just my opinion. 1 Rallying Cry. Just because, why not? And then I'm playing Resist Magic. I think I've got 3. Yeah, 3 Resist Magic. I forget what this does. Reaction, play immediately after a spell or innate ability has been cast which targets one of your personalities. The effect of that spell or innate ability are negated by this action. So it's similar to Flee the Darkness. It seems like a really good ability. Surprised I haven't used it in other decks. Refugees, it's either 1 or 2 copies, I believe. I looked through this deck. I had to put everything in order. Target 1 personality in this battle with no followers attached. The target personality is sent home. That's great. Sent home from the battle, bowed. This personality's controller may spend 1 gold as a reaction once to add a 1F Ashigaru follower token to this personality. This may be done in a battle in which you have no units if you are the defender. 3 copies. Okay. And 1, 2, 3 Superior Tactics. Once again, Superior Tactics can only target a personality with chi of 3 or higher. I think I have enough in here. You can either move this personality's unit to a different one of the defender's provinces or destroy a terrain in the battle. The versatility of this card is just, it's like, how do I not play this card in any deck I build? It's just so good. Traversable Terrain, another really good terrain. You may move 1 unit you control into this battle from the province they are attacking or defending. You may not play this card if you have no units in the battle. So 3 copies of that. And the Yoritomo technique. I have no idea what this one does. It's been too long since I've read it. Battle, you may search any or all of your followers. You may switch any or, I was like, that doesn't make sense. You may switch any or all of your followers between your personalities at this battle. As long as all attachments are legal, you may switch bowed followers. If you are a Yoritomo's Alliance player, you may straighten one of your followers in this battle. Yeah, there you go. If I can straighten a follower in the battle, oh my God, followers with ranged attacks, and then I'll straighten it and do it again. Yeah, that's pretty wicked. So that is my Yoritomo Alliance deck. And this is just an extra. I have some loose cards that I cut out like this just so I can have other houses. I've got them for different clans. I can show those to you at some point if you'd like to see them. They're just cut out from starter decks, I believe. I wish I still had that starter deck. I'd love to see what it looks like. And I really don't know if this guy's worth it, but and he is Mantis Clan. Would that count for Yoritomo's Alliance? I would assume it would. It doesn't say Yoritomo's Alliance, but it does say Mantis Clan. So you tell me, what is the official ruling? Now, if we're playing casual games with my friends, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. He's Mantis, Yoritomo Mantis, same thing. It's good enough for me. But if it mattered, I'd want to know. And is this good or is this not good? Is it worth discarding 3 cards to get that 3/3 in play? I mean, 3/3 isn't like humongous, but it is big. That's a lot for 2 gold. So I don't know. But anyway, that is my Yoritomo's Alliance deck. I've just got 3 more decks to show you, and then maybe I can show you some of my loose cards that I have collected over time. Real quick though, I've just want to mention real quick again. I've written 2 D&D fantasy novels called Forestera's Fate. Let me see if I can. I'll do it like this. And I self-published them on Amazon, so you can look them up if you'd like. I've also narrated both of these books on my YouTube channel. If you go to my page, click on playlists, and you will see Forestera's Fate. I also have a couple of short stories that I wrote as well and published. They're very thin, but these are thick. These are a lot of big long thing, but you can listen to my narration of it. It's me talking, and I'd love to hear some feedback as far as, do you like the story? All I can tell you is a 10-year-old read both of these books and loved them both. A 12-year-old did too, and a couple of my friends liked the story as well. So I hope you'll check that out. I'd love to get into some discussion in the comments in the chapters of these stories. I'm stumbling over my words. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And I'd love to talk D&D with anybody, or Wyvern, or L5R. I also used to play a lot of Magic the Gathering. I played on Arena and got so tired of that monthly reset. I'm like, why are people continuing to play this? Every month you have to go back. It's so ridiculous. I want an ongoing rating. I want to know where I rank among all the players on Arena, and I want it to be ongoing. And I kept thinking that eventually everybody would say, hey, why are you doing this reset every month? But apparently people like the reset. I couldn't stand it. I stopped playing. I got really tired of Magic. And the power creep with Magic was just absurd too. But that's Wizards of the Coast for you. They love power creep. They power creeped D&D into oblivion, in my opinion. Characters are basically superheroes now, and I don't understand why people prefer that over what TSR D&D was. Sorry, we can disagree, and that's fine. And I'm not saying that Wizards of the Coast D&D isn't really good. It must be. It's very popular. But I don't want to play superheroes. I want to play characters that can become superheroes, not that are superheroes. I don't like it. I'm willing to play. I'm willing to play 5th edition with anyone who wants to play, or whatever they're calling it now, 5.5. But give me TSR D&D, the original game that we played, not the original game, the game we played in the 80s. 1st edition or 2nd edition, any day, over what Wizards of the Coast did to this game, because I greatly prefer it, and I'm really confused why people like playing with overly powerful characters that do superhero stuff. I don't understand that. I really don't. But obviously, I understand why people still like playing the game. It's clearly a very, very popular game. So I don't want to just rip on it. I just prefer the way the game was over what it is now. And I don't know. I don't understand. But that's just my opinion. But this is D&D. Hope you check it out. Hope you listen to it and tell me what you think of it. And I will talk to you later. I'll be back in a couple days with probably a Wyvern video, and a couple days after that, probably another L5R video. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.